This is Robert again, coming at you with another video. Well, I'm back at this big fallen pine tree. Now, I started digging out the stump, like digging in the ground. I got a couple pieces off of it, and I mean, if you can see this is pretty much orange almost, and in here is pretty much orange and everything. So I think I'm getting close to the Fatwood. I mean I could be just smelling pine right now, but I mean, this is pretty much all rotted right here, but if I take all this rot off, right over here, it's pretty much, it looks like Fatwood to me. So I'm at the, this is pretty much rotted, really. I mean, it is probably just pine and the rot. See how rotted this is? This is like pretty much rotted all the way down. Now I did have a couple of these like hard, but then they crumble. But this is kind of like reddish more than orange right here. I'll come back to you when I get this big piece out. I don't think you're gonna be able to see it with this part of the trunk, but all in here, they're all rotted. I'm not too sure how much fatwood I'm gonna find in here, but I'll take this, I'll chop this piece off, and I'll get back with you. Okay, well I got this off. Kind of split it right over here. So, I'm not too sure about this. But this looks like meat almost. The meat of the tree, I guess. Yeah, I think this is the only pine I'm smelling. I don't know, the thing is, with this, you can tell from here down to here, where the trunk was, this is all rotted, like right through. So this had been rotting for a while. I'm not too sure if there is any sapwood in this trunk. Now I have to really dig all around and get to the roots. But I'm gonna try to start hacking the trunk over here, see if there's anything in the middle of this trunk. It's gonna take me a while, so let's see how difficult it is with just my hatchet, because I walk to these woods, so I'm not gonna be starting to lug around an axe to the woods every day or every time I come here. So this is a little bit more concealable in one of my shoulder bags that I made. So I'll start chopping up at this and see if there's anything. Okay, well, I've been chopping this up. I have this right here. I mean, I have all this right here, but then there's this. I mean, that's probably just mostly just pine. I'm not even too sure if this is fatwood. This is all rotted in here. I mean, if you can see, like, this trunk is a good size. And just with a hatchet, pretty hard to hack through it. I mean, this could be just the pine tree. I'm not too sure if this is fatwood. Could be more fatwood inside more. Well, I know someone's been here recently within a few months, because this jar, it was like that, but then it went like that. I don't know if an animal did that, or I'm not sure if the wind, but that jar was not here one of the times I wasn't here. But then when I found out, when this tree was down, when I started to cut those branches off down there, I saw this jar. So someone's someone comes around here every now and then, besides me. But I have this little pile of shavings, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get this to light with my cheap Walmart ferro rod. So I'm gonna reposition the phone and see if I can get this to light. Now I know this ferro rod works because I've used it on Vaseline covered cotton balls, so I know this does work. Looks like it wants to try to catch, but I don't know, maybe this is just pine shavings and not really Fatwood shavings. Maybe there's not enough resin in this. Plus it's very hard with this small little thing. I mean, if I had one like about this long, then I can really get some sparking out of it. Well, chopped a whole mess of this wood. I mean, it looks like Fatwood, but the thing is like maybe just the outer little portion of Fatwood. It's not really like saturated with the resin or whatever. So, well, every now and then I'm gonna, when I come back in these woods, whenever I'm coming back, I'll keep hacking at this tree trunk and see if anything is useful deeper in the trunk. Now, I'm no expert in Fatwood, so, I mean, to me this looks like Fatwood, it smells like Fatwood, but for some reason, this may not be Fatwood. This may be just a little bit of pine with, like all pine with very little resin. So, I'm still learning about all this Fatwood and finding Fatwood. And without a big axe, or without a good saw or anything, I mean, that tree trunk is like very hard to cut into. And without an axe, like without a full good axe, it's gonna take me a little bit to cut through all that. But that's why I'm out here, to practice on finding out where to find Fatwood. And one of my subscribers was asking me what's the use of Fatwood, or what's good about it and stuff. Well, like those shavings that I was trying to light up, Fatwood is like saturated with resin, like flammable resin, pretty much like turpentine almost. So I mean, I'm not too, maybe that wasn't really that saturated, those shavings, but the good thing about Fatwood is when you try to make it a nice fine shaving, and it'll take a spark very easily. So that's the main use for Fatwood, is to take a spark very easily. It burns very hot, even though it burns very fast too, but very hot, and it'll give you time to catch small twigs on fire. So that's the one main reason what's so good about Fatwood, and why everyone tries to find Fatwood when they're out in the woods. And while I'm here, I mean, I want to tell you a little story. Well, when I did my 24-hour dollar store challenge, when I was saying that I was hearing stuff in the wood, like in the late at night or early in the morning. I think it was about 1:30 or so. I'm not sure. I forgot. But I heard stuff moving around. Now I'm not too sure if it was like right around my camp or not. But then a few weeks after that, I did that overnight. I was walking down the street to get into the woods, and this guy was picking up his like garbage all over the ground, like something knocked over his garbage can. Now I was saying, oh, raccoon knocked over his garbage can? And some of you in the comments already know about this because I mentioned it. He was like, no, it was a black bear. I was like, okay, a black bear. Yeah. Now there's a black bear in these woods. And that's probably what was walking around my camp that night. So now from now on, when I stay here at night, I'm gonna have a fire going all night long. But I'm pretty sure it knows that I'm always in these woods. Now I'm always when I'm walking around, I'm always looking around, looking in the woods and stuff. And if you haven't noticed, I always have my K-bar with me. I always have it unclipped, and sometimes when I'm walking through the woods, I have my hand on it. So if I just need to pull it out, it's right here. Now, I bought this K-bar knife for my dollar store challenge overnight because of the coyotes, because I knew there was coyotes in these woods. And today, when I was walking through the woods, up going toward the cemetery, I saw a coyote running through the woods with something in his mouth. And right before that, I heard a squeak, like a squeal or something, like the coyote killed it. So that was his last dying voice, so to say. And then when I was walking down the path, on the right hand side I saw the coyote running through the woods. Like, it was probably about 50, 60 yards in the trees, but I saw it was a big white, like big light coated coyote, light colored coyote, and it had something in its mouth. So it just got something. Now for the bear, when I was one time in the summertime, I remember where I videotaped my boomerang when I was throwing them at, when I was throwing my 2 boomerangs at those planting, those black planters. When I was walking down that one trail one time in the summertime, I heard something on the left of me. I looked over, and right behind the bushes, I saw this much of black moving this way behind the bushes. I was going that way. That was the black bear going that way. So I'm like, I didn't think of nothing of it at that time, but now I'm like thinking, wow, that black bear was like right next to me, right behind the bushes. And that's before I even knew the black bear was in these woods. So now there's news reports saying that there's black bear sightings in people's backyards around here. So, but I make enough noise for it to know that I'm coming, so it can like go off into the woods and get away from me and stuff. But the area where my camp is, let's say my camp's over here and there's a wall over here. Over there, beyond the little border walls over there, I've seen some holes being dug. So I guess the bear was looking for roots and everything. So, but it knows I'm around. I've been in these woods for like over a year now, so it knows I'm around whenever I come in here. So, I mean, hopefully I'll never be right in front of it and spook it or something, but it's not going to really stop me from coming into these woods because I know it's here now. He knows I'm around at times, and if I make enough noise, he'll stay away from me. That's all I care about. Well, that's my little story of having a black bear in these woods. And I'm always looking around because, like right over where I'm facing, there's a hill, then there's the lake. So I mean, if it could be like right down the hill walking by me, and I'll never even see it unless it comes up the hill. But I make quite a bit of noise, so they'll probably stay away from me, stay away from my area. Then when I'm at my camp, if I know that I'm there and doesn't go there, but most of the time it's probably like only out at night. So hopefully. But right now it's springtime, so it's probably looking around for more food to eat. So I'm leaving the woods and I see this pine tree falling down. Now look how much root, look how much trunk there's still for the stump. Now it is the same kind of pine tree, I believe, that the one that was kind of rotted. I'm gonna take a chop into this. Get all this outer bark off first. Now, I'm gonna try to cut this. Now this isn't easy considering it's on a slope. Come back to you when you get this pot off. Well, took a little bit. Now if you can see, there's white with orange swirls in it, kinda. Looks like an orange creamsicle inside. Now this is kind of right on the main trail, and people are coming in here with their dogs and everything. Chop this up next time I come back around. Hopefully there's some fatwood down here further. Well, this is it for today, and every now and then when I come down here, I'll continue hacking up at this tree trunk, and hopefully I can find some fatwood. I mean, that pile of shavings didn't light. I mean, it seemed to want to light. I mean, oh, this looks pretty much like fatwood almost, but it could be just the outer portion of it, or maybe the trunk is just too rotted and it just like deteriorated over the years. But hey, it was worth a shot. Maybe if I walk around the woods some more, I'll maybe find another down pine tree or something. But, well, this is all for today with trying to find fatwood in this tree trunk, and just get out there and look around for falling down pine trees, because you never know if you're going to be able to be finding fatwood or excuse me. So you'll never know if you're going to find fatwood in the tree trunk, or if you're just going to just find a rotted tree trunk like what I found. Well, this is all for today, and I'll catch you on my next video. This is Robert. Thank you for watching.